We decided to stop at the historic Tallac Resort. Actually, this is where the resort was, but the Tallac Historic site consists of a second annex, Arcadia Cottage, Tallac Garage, Tallac Hotel, Casino, Fallen Leaf Cottage, Promenade, Fountain, Boathouse, Tallac Point House, Santa Anita Cottage, Boarding House, Steam Plant, Stone Shore, the Merrow Cabin. And we can walk through this. You're standing on the site of the Tallac Resort and Casino, turn-of-century Tahoe destination promoted as the grandest resort in the world. The resort filled more than 40 acres and offered amenities, all the amenities a guest could want. Elias Lucky Baldwin acquired Tallac Point House in 1880, then improved it and used it as a hotel. Patrons enjoyed the hotel until 1914 when the building burned down. Baldwin constructed a new Tallac Hotel in 1899. Over in the next several years, they added a casino, Baldwin Cottage, several other cottages, 2 large annexes. He also made several ground improvements, including a fountain, a promenade, a garage, a boathouse, and 3 piers. Take a stroll through the site and learn more about how early visitors to Lake Tahoe Basin spent their leisure time at the wonderful Tallac Resort. It's, you know, obviously it's all paved. There's no really actual hiking involved here, but and I could investigate it, but there's too many people to take EVPs, so I'm not going to do any investigating to see if the grounds are haunted, but I will add it within my site. Take a tour of the Pub House, learn about families who occupied it. Valhalla Estates, stop by the lawn at the Vine, have a picnic. Baldwin Museum, that's pretty cool. But anyways, the site has been a haven for many people over the centuries. I'm sorry about the bus that keeps running its fuel and polluting the environment. But anyways, the local indigenous group, the Washoe, came here from the valleys of the eastern Sears to escape the desert heat, gather food, enjoy the mountain atmosphere. In the 1870s, the scenic area at the foot of Mount Tallac became a recreational playground as people flocked to Tahoe from all over the state. Bay Area entrepreneur Lucky Baldwin bought a large tract of land here, logging stopped, and leisure started. The Tallac Historic site's made up of 3 summer estates and the remains of the original Tallac Resort. The historic buildings and grounds are being restored by volunteers, interpreted for public to enjoy. And you can get at the museum a brochure. Interesting. I think I'll take one of these. Anyways, let's see what we can find here. Seems like a lot of interesting structures. This place is amazing. There's gazebos and wood thrones and massive trees and old historic structures from at the base of Tallac Peak. This is the lowest area, or the foothills of Tallac Peak, and early pioneers came here and built the resort and the hotel. What am I looking at? What? Oh, a chipmunk? What the hell is it doing? Building a home? Wow. Wow, what a rustic feeling this place has. I bet you these places, these old cabins and the resort is probably haunted by the spirits that continue to live on, and they're probably laughing at us. They're like, we get to party 24/7. But amazing historic structure. Anything cool inside, guys? All these little cabins. So we go through the woods, all these tiny. This one's open. Some of them you can go in. Oh, these are the bathrooms, but this was this is the servant's dining room. Look inside. See if I can get it through the hole. That's cool, man. What's in anything over there? Gardener's bathroom. They should make it a little wider so you can see While inspecting the building for structural details, it was discovered that there was a building within a building. Wow, that's pretty cool. Awesome. I cannot wait to explore more of this place. This place is amazing. I mean, I cannot believe what I am actually seeing. The kitchen, all these rustic cabins, and I mean, it's historic. Look at the fountain alone, man. Sits in the middle of everything. Right there's Lake Tahoe. And this is really interesting. I love history, especially history after a good hike like this. Yeah, you're looking at, this is the Tallac Mountain Historic Resort. And it's all preserved. All these buildings are preserved. Some of them are in renovation, but it's amazing. Like up here, there's this, it looks like a scarecrow shooting water out of its arms. Trippy. You guys see that? Wow. That's pretty cool. I love this place. I gotta get some photos. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Dolly the Scarecrow. In the garden there's potato, bell pepper, mustard, onion, and of course an old tractor, and there's a blacksmith shop and an annex and even a teepee. I mean, so we can again use that in comparison to the Bigfoot encampment we found and to show the difference. And it's actually a pretty cool, when you think about it, this is a pretty cool place. I mean, you have so many buildings. It was a resort, you know? You had the laundry room, you had the chef's quarters, you had the servant quarters, the dining room. This is Baldwin Estate, so it's a shame that they have some things blocked off. Tea time at the gazebo. That's a gazebo. And you have to understand, this is all historical. And, you know, 100 years ago or 80 years ago, people actually were enjoying the estate and the resort. And, you know, there was livestock here, and you could rent cottages. This was the Pope Estate, which had tons of buildings, tons. I just totally think that this place is amazing. And, you know, being that it sits at a much lower altitude, you have off in the distance Mount Tallac, which overshadows the place. And into the right, here's, hey, look, butterfly garden. But I don't see no butterflies. But I mean, folks, I did walk through the garden, and I'm overwhelmed with the flowers. I love flowers. I can't believe all the beautiful flowers. Anyways, I'm out of here. I want to show you guys a teepee so you can use that to compare the encampment I found, so you can see the difference between what a teepee and bark house is and what an encampment made out of wood. There's a rabbit that just ran past, or another chipmunk maybe. Wow, I'm overwhelmed. Sorry folks, I'm overwhelmed. This is Lord Rick. This is unbelievable. Anyhow folks, I just wanted to show you a little more of the estate in the area. It's actually a tree, a dead tree, and they embedded wood to hang, like branches and twigs and different things to hang these birdhouses. And you know, it's nice because it says a visit to the past. And then you have over here a fire engine. And then we get to the teepee itself, or bark house, which the Miwoks generally built. And I just want to show everybody, okay, that the difference between a man-made structure and non-man-made. Always cross beams. You can see the cross beams where they would build. You have to understand what they would do is they would build, you know, they'd put 6, 7, look, you can see them, they're very narrow, maybe a couple inches wide, and then they would cover it in bark and lay the cross beams, the bark they would push against the cross beams. You could see the cross beams, and it would hold it into place. Big enough for 1 or 2 people. The one we found was over 15 to 13, 14, 15 feet in that range in certain areas to sustain probably more than one individual or a creature or bushman or whatever you want to call it. But this is a bark house, and people need to understand that this is a teepee, bark house, whatever. What I found was not. You can see it's not embedded into the ground. I live in the Wild West, and all these East Coast people are trying to tell me what is what. And I know my history. I'm a historian too. And I'm telling you right now, when the Miwoks built these structures, they did not embed the bark into the ground. The structure is held up by cross beams, which is how you can tell it's man-made. Not with the structure that we found though. So there's a big difference, and now you can see it, and I hope you learned something from the Paranormal and Ghost Society. Anyways, we're at the Mount Tallac Historic Sites. Old resort, cabins, cottages, homes, servant quarter, blacksmith, barn. It's got everything. Artifacts of the past. It's great. I love this place, but I'm out of here. We'll come back again sometime. Peace.